afternoon, sir. I'll start with a preamble that my task is much easier now because most of the ground is already covered. So, if I had made a detailed presentation, I'll skip most of it. Should you want me to, elaborate on something, I'll pause there. You can take a snapshot of all the slides. That's not an issue. I want to start with the strategic context, as to how the Navy is shaping the requirements of the TPCR. And primarily it is because of the strategic relevance of the Indian Ocean region. Known to the audience, I need not elaborate. But what I want to bring out is that in the region, in the past few years, certain key threats which have emerged, they pertain to the grey zone warfare, underwater surveillance, drone, and the cyber attacks. So these are the 4 or 5 key technologies, which have been pushing as to what should be acquired in the years to come. So my entire focus of the presentation is hinging on these 6 key technologies. If you look at the TPCR, the naval component, we have about 10 domains, 169 projects, and the joint projects are about 40. So that gives us about 209 projects. A few of them, they pertain to the ships and crafts. But recently, in about last year or so, these are the 6 areas in which we have started looking into as to getting more and more technology solutions. Autonomous systems, AI and decision support, cyberspace convergence, directed energy weapons, quantum technologies, and undersea dominance. So the challenges and opportunities are known, sir, but I'll take a minute to speak on the opportunities. Having been in this year for the last 3 years, I have seen a number of cases where we have successfully taken the AONs and the contracts. As I speak, sir, more than 25 cases of IDEX, we have got the AONs, and more than 15 cases we have got the contracts. In fact, one TDF case also, we were the first one to get the TDF case going. So there's a huge opportunity. I'll draw the attention to the slide which was the first by the IDS. If you look at the conversion rate as of now on the TPCR 2025, IN has about 169 projects, of which about 25% is at the RFP stage, and only 8 are contracted. So there is a huge amount of space which is available for the engine companies to step in and bring the technological solutions for the Indian Armed Forces. Primarily, how are we doing it? How we go about doing this business in the Navy? We are guided by the 8 pillars. That is, what our doctrine says, what are the organizational requirements, what are my training requirements, what materials are going in, the leadership vision which is given to us, requirements of the personnel, facilities, and overly, increasingly focus on the interoperability. We have to have joint structures and we have to have joint capabilities. There are a large number of stakeholders, DRDO being a very important stakeholder in the defense R&D. But there are many others, of which if you look at the boxes I have put IDEX and startups as one specific box, and I have put industry separately. Number of cases we have seen, number of problems which we have put on the open source, we got solutions from the IDEX. So from that perspective, that we look forward to interact with IDEX, that is MSMEs and startups. TPCR, this slide has already been covered, sir. But what I want to bring out here is that although it is a 15 years program, capabilities we are looking, and it is revised every 5 years. But that's not it. If you look at the Solution portal, which I'll be coming to the next, services are routinely putting up as to what is required. So the document itself may not be, getting revised at a frequency that it should be. If you ask me, the way technology is changing, TPCR should also get revised every 2 to 3 years. But there are other, forums through which the requirements of services are conveyed. So how we do it at services is that we take the requirements from the operation commands. They are run through the filter, so the steering directorates. The approvals are taken at the naval headquarters. A lot of consultation happens, and one of the key organization is DRDO. If you see in every TPCR column, there is a line which says that the product is under development by DRDO. And then internally at NHQ, we map each of the scheme, like this 169 which we put in the TPCR. Internally, we have already done a homework as to whether it will go through MAKE or through IDEX or through TDF route. That's an internal process. But many a times I've seen it that once industry has reached out to us, They have told that we cannot do it under Make 2. We'll need GUI support. We have changed the scheme to Make 1, and I'm sure DUI will have thrown light on that component. And thereafter, the TPCR is published by IDS, which is reviewed every 3 to 5 years. In Navy, there is a single point contact, that is in DNP, one of the commander who's handling it. And again, as the previous speaker told the Army, more than the telephone, we appreciate the any kind of questions coming to us through email. Because firstly, a very long discussion cannot happen over the phone, and we can also give a deliberate reply once the questions are put to us through email. Kindly note down the email. Total of 10 domains, which I told that total 10 domains are there for the Navy in the TPCR, and a total number of more than 200 projects. This is how it looks like. It's already been explained. I draw the attention to the POC. If you look at the TPCR, often what we have seen is that everybody, at least for the Navy, everybody gives a call only to DNP. Whilst we may have overall overview of what is required, we may not have that domain knowledge to answer every question specific to the product. So the request is that if you open the TPCR, if you read it, please contact the right POC. And in case you are unable to reach, DNP will be more than glad. Here, sir, I like to make a submission. Since TPCR has been published, we were expecting a lot of phone calls. And surprisingly, the only industry which reached out to us was Bell. In fact, I have not got any call other than Bell to date. So either the document, I allude to what has been said by the Colonel FT from IDS. I don't think that many have read the TPCR. We have not got so many questions or emails from the industry. Where MSMEs and startups, they make difference for us. So sir, I wanted to cover in detail, but I'll straight away come to the technologies, because we are actually looking for solutions in these fields. So just read the title of it, AI and autonomous systems, the maritime ISR, underwater technologies. I'm again repeating, we are finding a lot of gap in underwater technologies, and we want solutions. If you go on the IDEX portal, if you look at the IDEX challenges thrown by the Navy, the problem statements, you'll start understanding. You'll start understanding as to what we are looking at. Unmanned surface and underwater vehicles. In fact, so much so that in last 1 year we have taken a large number of A1s, primarily in this field. Cyber warfare and electronic warfare. Quantum technologies, space-based capabilities. Advanced technologies, and I'll again talk about the energy systems. DRDO, as part of the TDF project, a lot we have already moved forward in this field, but still, I would say, a lot of space available for the Indian industry. Draw the attention to the last block, digital twin and simulation. If you see DAP 2026, they are getting in the provisions to do the tests, especially the FAT trials, through digital twins. We will also be start putting this in our RFPs, but this is one area which has to come from the industry. We should be able to make the digital twins. Shrijan portal, again I'll say that this is where we keep updating, we keep putting our make requirements, the IDEX cases regularly updated by DOI, and if you are on this portal, you can easily reach out to Navy. Much has been spoken about it, sir. These are the gateways through which you can achieve what we have listed in TPCR. So TPCR is only giving you the requirement. How do you gain a contract, or how do you start doing R&D? Are these projects either a TDF route or a Make 1, Make 2, Make 3, IDEX or a SP model? Much has been spoken about it, sir, but in my experience, if you see the 4 bullets where the industry plays a key role, one is the prototype stage, trials evaluation, contract stage. I mean, much has been spoken. We have seen lack of documentation and a lot of mistakes, which leads to either delays or problems later on. I'm just flashing this, sir, some of the success stories just to motivate. But we have seen a large number of MSMEs and startups, even individual innovators who have come forward. We have also taken a step towards them. We have refined our PSQRs. We have gone for the AONs. We have gone for the contracts. So this I call it as garage to fleet success story. This is the vision we are looking at. We are looking at AI first Navy. We are looking at undersea supremacy, space cyber edge, energy dependence, fuel cell warships and directed energy weapons, and an MSME ecosystem which more than 500 plus defense MSMEs in the supply chain of the Navy. So with this, I finish.
Thank you. Group Captain Tagore, just right.